Ramen, a meal with a simple concept, noodles and soup. But the ramen bowl holds unlimited possibilities. Unique types of ramen are being created all the time using new ingredients and new techniques. Tokyo is a place where all sorts of ideas, information, and people gather. Here, 8,000 ramen shops are battling for customers. We go looking for the ultimate bowl in the ramen lover's paradise called Tokyo. Hello, I'm Chris Felpa, and welcome back again to Tokyo Eye, the world's #1 guide to Tokyo. Today's topic is ultimate ramen. Now, ramen originally comes from China, but was transformed in Japan, eventually blossoming into its own culinary tradition. It's so popular today, you may call ramen Japan's national food. It comes in so many varieties, and it's a very versatile cuisine with a lot of depth. So if you're a ramen lover, today's show is a must-see. 4 reporters cover the whole spectrum from the super cheap to the super expensive. First to slurp is John.
The fun thing about ramen is that there are so many varieties, and here in Tokyo, each shop has its own distinctive style and taste. And also, there's a way that you can customize your ramen to make it a taste that's your very own. Let's go check it out.
John is heading for a typical ramen place in Categorized.
Konnichiwa. When you come to a ramen shop, the best seat could be right at the counter because you can see them making the ramen goodness right there in the kitchen. Hi, miso ramen.
When ordering ramen, you can have it customized to suit your tastes. Here are some handy expressions for ordering ramen your way. The length of time the noodles boil alters their firmness. If you like a firm texture to your noodles, say
Katame.
Katame.
Or, if you like your noodles softer,
Yawarakame.
Yawarakame.
Some ramen shops will also adjust the soup for your taste. If you enjoy a lighter flavor, say
Assari.
Assari.
If you like a thicker taste, say
Kotteri.
Kotteri.
At ramen shops that offer the option, don't hesitate to order your bowl just how you like it.
All right. This is a bowl of miso ramen. Color is fantastic, and the smell is, it's intoxicating. Mmm. Hot.
Though the basic taste of ramen comes from a balance between the soup and the noodles, the accent comes from the toppings. Standard toppings are menma, negi, and a slice of braised pork. The right combination makes a bowl of ramen even more satisfying. Menma is a processed food made from bamboo shoots.
It's a little bit crunchy and soft. The menma adds an accent to the ramen's taste.
Most ramen places offer their own original toppings. At this shop, it's boiled egg, corn, wontons, spicy negi, butter, and hot chili powder. There are no rules when it comes to combining toppings. Just pick the ones you want to craft a bowl that suits your palate. For example, this bowl has wontons and pork, plus a big helping of bean sprouts. Throw in boiled egg, pork chunks and negi, and you'll get something like this.
The ultimate combination of toppings is this, the All-Star.
The 9-topping All-Star Bowl will set you back 1,250 yen. You'll want to be sure to try some of the countless toppings that give ramen its infinite taste possibilities.
There are many styles of ramen in the ramen family. Ramen is essentially noodles, soup, toppings, all in one bowl. But there's a style of ramen that's been around for a while that's just becoming popular. Let's take a look.
John's come to an underground shopping arcade beneath the Roppongi Hills complex. He's here to try a type of ramen that's booming in popularity. What is it?
Alright. Chukamen.
It's called Chukamen, and essentially it's ramen with the noodles and soup served in separate bowls. The soup is extra rich and thick, drenching the menma and pork.
Now, eating Chukamen is not very complicated. First, you pick up the noodles, like this, and you dip it into the soup. Really get that soup on there. Next, you pick up the noodles and eat it. That's great.
Why separate the soup and the noodles? Actually, it's to preserve the texture of the noodles up until the last moment. With regular ramen, the noodles get limp the longer they sit in the hot broth. Eating them Chukamen style means the last bite of noodles is just as delicious as the first. Chukamen noodles tend to be fatter than typical ramen noodles. Thin noodles can get overwhelmed by the soup, adversely affecting the flavor balance. Chukamen is usually prepared by dunking fresh boiled noodles in cold water. Why is that?
長めに茹でましてコシがなくなってしまうんですけども、それを冷水に締めることによって普通のラーメンの時のコシとは全然違う食感が楽しめるようになります。
It's very different than ramen noodles. Ramen noodles have been sitting in the soup for a few minutes. This noodle is coming directly from the bowl into the soup, so the texture is a little bit firmer.
You can also opt for extra noodles. At this location, a regular serving is 200 grams. And an extra noodle serving is 300 grams. There's also a double extra serving weighing in at 400 grams of noodles. At many shops, they don't even charge extra for more noodles.
Now, one of the things you're going to notice with Chukamen is as you get closer to the bottom of the bowl, the temperature of the soup is going to go down and get cooler. This could be a problem for serious eaters, so many professional Chukamen eaters will ask for this to be reheated, like I'm going to do right now.
The waiter heads to a hot grill full of stones. Slip one of these in your soup to heat it back up to the perfect temperature.
Look at this stone, it's piping hot. Are you ready? It's showtime. Hits the spot.
Chukamen is delicious and fun to eat. Here's another way to make the most of your meal. This restaurant has a pot of broth on the table, so you can thin out the rich soup to the proper consistency for sipping.
Now that you know how to eat Chukamen like a pro, next time you come to Tokyo, you're really going to enjoy it. Now, the next reporter is going to introduce you to another aspect of ramen eating. Here we go.
Okay, John. Well, ramen is quite cheap and affordable food. So these days, people pay maybe 700 or 800 yen for ramen. But, you know, with the stronger yen, a lot of tourists who visit Tokyo would like to have cheaper ramen. So for that, I know a really good place. Please, let's go together.
Sebastian is visiting a ramen chain with 28 locations around Tokyo. It's spacious inside, with counter seating and tables to accommodate about 40 diners.
Like you can see, it's pretty spacey, really comfortable, high ceiling. You feel really like comfortable. And today I'm gonna have ramen, of course. Believe it or not, it's only 290 yen. Check this out.
Ramen for 290 yen, 304 with tax.
Wow, just This is great.
Here it is. The soup is a balance of 3 different types of stock. Meat, including pork and chicken, seafood and vegetable. The wavy noodles are made using a proprietary method to soak up plenty of soup. This has been a central dish for the restaurant in its 50-year history.
You know, when you think about noodles, 290 yen, you might think about instant noodle in a plastic cup, but this is amazing. Look at the ingredient, and it smells so good. Actually, the soup is really good. It's not so salty and doesn't leave a taste of, you know, heaviness. So good. I'm surprised. It's excellent. For the price, I have nothing to say, actually. It's sometimes even better than what I had for more expensive money before.
Let's take a look at the menu. There are the standard varieties like soy sauce and miso, and a tsukemen option as well. They offer side dishes like dumplings and fried rice, as well as desserts, and reasonably priced full meals. Low prices are this shop's selling point. All the ingredients are pre-made in regional factories in Japan where land and labor are cheaper. That cuts the time and cost of in-store preparation. Let's watch a miso ramen meal being prepared. First, rice and beaten egg are poured into a fried rice cooking machine. Next to it, frozen gyoza are placed on a griddle. Another worker prepares the miso ramen. Into the automatically revolving fried rice machine go pre-packaged ingredients and seasonings. The noodles boil for 2 minutes. Once the dumplings are on the plate, the noodles are hoisted out of the boiler and put in a bowl. Miso ramen, dumplings and fried rice are ready to go in a mere 7 minutes.
For people who wants to enjoy Tokyo on the shoestring, it is the place for sure. I think for family and groups as well, this is really spacey here, so you will have great fun here. Okay, so next, Jennifer will show you ramen with a total different concept. Here, Jen.
Merci. Okay, so the image you have of ramen is that it's cheap and you can eat it fast. But today I'm going to take you to a very special place where ramen has been made a real luxury. Look, I'm even dressed up to go there. Let's go.
Jennifer's destination is located in this residential district, not the place you might expect to find a ramen shop.
And I think, yes, this is it. Well, it looks like a house, but this is the restaurant. Let's go. Whoa. There is an aquarium. Wow. These are huge. Okay, let's go. This is definitely not a ramen shop. Konnichiwa. Hi. I have the feeling I am in a French restaurant, you know.
This chic spot has the Tokyo hallmarks of food luxury. First, there is no menu, and one item only is available. Ramen. You simply sit down and wait for your bowl to be presented to you. All the elements of the ramen are standing by, so it takes only 5 minutes for yours to be ready.
Wow. It looks absolutely beautiful. It's like art. Look, it's like a painting. Bon appétit. Wow. I'm impressed because It's really a mix of so many different tastes. It's very concentrated, and you know, there are so many flavors. It's really complex, but also it has a mellowness. It's very smooth, mild in the mouth. It's a very elegant ramen.
It looks pretty much like standard ramen, but this is no ordinary soup. You get 5 flavors: sweetness, saltiness, spiciness, bitterness, tartness, and all distinct, not muddled. This soup emerged from the chef's relentless perfectionism. He conjures his broth by simmering the flesh of hens and roosters and gourmet kinka ham. Alternatively, he uses freshwater prawns, fresh herbs and other ingredients to make a bouillabaisse. Into that he mixes shrimp and crab paste and finally egg. It takes 3 full days to create a batch of this soup, and the price is a stunning 10,000 yen per bowl. The noodles too are uniquely crafted. Tapioca flour is kneaded in to give the noodles a springy texture.
No, frankly, this kind of ramen, I have this feeling, you know, of satisfaction only after having a full course of French food. And with only 1 bowl of ramen, I am this happy, I just can't believe it. That's it.
Owner and chef Fujimaki used skills honed by 28 years of cooking Chinese and Thai food to create this ultimate ramen.
People might think that for 10,000 yen, it needs to have some sort of topping. I thought the same at first. So I tried all sorts of toppings, but none of them suited it. I was really frustrated, and then it came to me. Don't worry about fancy toppings. Create a ramen so delicious, it doesn't need toppings. And that's how the dish reached this form.
Fujimaki's restaurant is members only, something almost unheard of in this business. It is open only on Friday, and of course, reservations are required.
That ramen was really a priceless experience. And now this is Estella's turn.
Okay. The ramen is originally from China. Now it comes in many different varieties and tastes. It's great that you can try out all these different flavors in this gourmet city, Tokyo. Today I'm going to show you a very special ramen which has its roots in China but has developed into something new for your taste buds.
Akasaka is an upscale area in central Tokyo and home to many luxury hotels. On the 6th floor of this building is a legendary Chinese restaurant. Founded 50 years ago, it popularized the seriously spicy Sichuan cuisine in Japan. Estella is escorted to a private dining room for the occasion. The menu includes Sichuan favorites like spicy tofu and twice-cooked pork, but Estella is here for the ramen.
じゃあ汁なし担々麺お願いします。
はい、かしこまりました。
Ramen with no soup? Can you really order that?
Yes, it is on the menu. Remember I said I will show you a very special ramen today, which is from China. But before that, I have ordered this particular noodle, which is very close to the original Chinese one.
Here it is, soupless tantan men. Soupless tantan men comes from China's Sichuan province. The sauce is created from 8 seasonings, including soy sauce, black vinegar, sugar, sesame paste and hot chili oil. The sauce coats the boiled noodles, and they're topped with minced pork and negi. The sauce, noodles and toppings can all be mixed together.
Nice aroma. Very nice. Hot and spicy as usual. But it's not just hot and spicy. You can also taste a little bit of sweetness and sourness, maybe because of the sugar and the vinegar. It's nice.
But this soupless tantan men did not go over well at first with Japanese diners accustomed to eating ramen in soup. So the restaurant's founder set out to create his own version of tantan men that would win over the Japanese. He came up with tantan men in soup. The soup sauce includes soy sauce and rice vinegar, house-made sesame paste and hot chili oil. These are added to a pork and chicken broth. The straight noodles were specially developed to complement the soup. The toppings are minced pork and komatsuna. What began as the inspiration of this restaurant's founder over half a century ago is still served just the same today. The original Japanese tantan men.
Hot. Wow, wakes you up, this one. Very nice. The soup goes really well with this. You can really taste the rich broth that it has. It's nice, but it's not too much. Just about right.
The tantan men here is so popular that a full 60% of all diners order it. Changing the recipe is out of the question.
I learned the recipe, and I must pass it on to the next generation of chefs. That's my most important duty.
Next time you're in Tokyo, why don't you try out some of these hot and spicy, rich and delicious tantan men.
In the studio we have John, Estella, and Jennifer. So you guys had a very lucky job. Yes, I wish I was there with you guys. But Jennifer, you're 10,000 yen ramen.
Yes, the taste was changing. You know, it was like a bottle of wine. And at the end, I mean, I was so happy, so fulfilled, you know, with happiness, that it was just really unique. And this is the kind of happiness I feel only after a full course of French and with wine. So that was really rare.
Really? So you become a believer?
I'm addicted, you know. And I must say I'm lucky because I've become a member too. Because, you know, you have to be a member if you want to go and eat there.
I see.
So you have to be very kind with me if you want me to take you there.
I'll make sure I'll always be on your good side. But, you know, usually with ramen you have stock from pork to fish. What was used for this ramen?
Actually, it's made out of around 30 ingredients, from meat to seafood. And, you know, usually ramen, they use the bone, of not the meat, the bone.
Right.
He uses the meat. So I think, you know, that's why it has such a deep and complex flavor. And the aroma was like Vietnamese food, but the taste was really, you know, sometimes mild, sometimes spicy, sometimes a little bit salty. Usually they say soup is like, that's the essential food, right? You have all the essence of all the ingredients all concentrated into a broth. So definitely you get that concentration of all the goodness of all the ingredients. Yes. Now, Estella, I'm a big fan of tantan men, but the original tantan men comes with no soup.
It's great. It's very different from your concept of ramen. It's more like, I would say, pasta with meat sauce, Chinese style. But it's very good. The Chinese pepper was really good, excellent. And the one with the soup was also very good. The sesame sauce was the best part, I think, because everything is freshly made there. Sesame sauce, the chili oil, the soup, and even the noodles. So just really, really great.
Which did you prefer? with soup or without soup?
Oh, I can't decide. Both are very different. You should try them all.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, again, another favorite of mine is skimming.
They're cold noodles, and I think it's important to point out that the taste of the noodles is what's important with Chukamen. Again, the first thing I put in my mouth, I chewed it a little bit, and it was the taste of the wheat that hit me. And I think that's something you don't get when you put it into the hot broth of ramen. The cold noodles give you the freshness of the ingredients. And that's the key point of Chukamen.
Ramen toppings play such a big role in normal ramen.
Oh, sure they do. There's a lot of ramen shops in Japan, in Tokyo, and each shop has a lot of toppings. So you can go crazy with these toppings. As an American, I see ramen kind of like a pizza, right?
Right.
You can put different toppings on how you feel. This allows you the ability to customize your experience while eating ramen.
Right. Now you have the deluxe 9 toppings, 1,250 yen ramen. Again, more toppings, more pricier.
That's right. You can go crazy. The price will go really expensive. Each topping ranges between 50 yen and 200 yen. So, of course, you know, watch out about ordering too many of them. But again, each one will enhance the flavors, so it's definitely good to add toppings to your ramen.
Right.
I think the chashu, you know, the pork is important, but the half-boiled egg
There we go.
that's the ramen, the real ramen for me, and what's most enjoyable for me.
Can't be hard-boiled, right? It's got to be that just the right half-boiled and cooked in the stew and the broth. You know.
Yeah, the egg takes part of the taste, and the yolk is still a little bit just congealing.
Right. And the yolk, the texture of the egg is somewhat similar to the noodles. So when you eat the noodles and
Stop
But how about you, Estelle? What's your favorite topping?
Well, chashu or braised pork is my favorite. They say you can tell how good the noodle place is by the taste of the chashu, so I always order extra.
Right. I also like it when there's a little vinegar on the side, just to kind of, you know, like adjust it, and that tends to, just a tad of vinegar tends to bring out another dimension, I think.
That's important. I think there are toppings and condiments, and for every single person, especially the connoisseurs, there's a personalized way to eat it. It's not just ramen. It's more than ramen.
Right.
It's your ramen.
Right. It's your ramen. Well, anyway, thank you very much, Jennifer. Thank you, Estella, and thank you, John, and thank you for watching us. Remember, Tokyo has 8,000 ramen shops, a lot to choose from. So when you are in Tokyo, remember that you are in ramen heaven. Thank you for watching. See you next time.